If you go up and click the word effect and go down to 3D, you'll notice there are 3 tools. The one we're going to look at right now is the one called Revolve. I would have to admit, if I had to choose one as my favorite, this one would be my favorite. And if you've never used Revolve before, I think you're going to like it. Let's go ahead and get out of here and start. Now we need a shape to revolve. Pick up your pen tool. Come over here and click and drag just a little bit like this. Drag down and to the left. Remember, we're creating a curved line when we do that. Come down to, say, about here. I'm going to move in a little bit and click and drag the other direction. So I'm making a curve. Not a whole lot. Now I'm going to come down and out more to about here and click and drag again to the left. Make another curve. Now my last click needs to be more to the left than right here. So I need to come out this way, and I want to be on line with here and about, say about there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And click one more time. Next step, pick up your direct selection tool. I want you to pull this point right in here, the direction point, and pull it back into the anchor. Now what that's going to do is create a nice straight line. If this line right here isn't straight, then you can very easily select it and move it up or down using your arrow keys to nudge it. You want that to be straight. So we've got this half shape. No fill, okay? No fill, just stroke. Stroke something other than black. Choose a color other than black from your swatches palette. With that done, I'm going to pick up my selection tool. The shape is selected. Go up to the word effect on the pull-down menu. Go down to 3D and select Revolve. This is cool. Turn on the preview and see what you get. Look at that. It's like a potter's wheel. It's revolving the shape. Now, all the things that we talked about with extrude and bevel are working here. For example, I can change its relative position. I can map artwork to the surface of that thing, and it will actually ray trace to fit the surface. I can change, for example, the lighting source. But the one thing that I think is really cool about this, let's bring that up a little bit more like that. And let's click OK. Okay, so we've got this shape. During the course of working on it, we realized we don't really like it. We wish the neck area had been thinner, the bowl shape at the top had been wider. We want to change it. Now, what a lot of people will make the mistake of doing, they'll go back to the stroke by undoing what they've done here and then just redo it. You don't have to do that. This is on a potter's wheel. It's running right now. Pick up your direct selection tool. Come over here, say to this point. Watch what happens when I grab that point and drag it way out like this. It redraws on the fly. So what are we doing? I don't know. We're doing a salad bowl, I guess. Come over here to this one. Hold the Alt key to bend that direction point. In other words, I can keep this up all day long. Now, if you want to change it according to its orientation, you got to go back to where we were. But you don't want to go back up here. You want to go into that wonderful appearance palette, clicking this button here, and go in by selecting this object, and there it is right there, 3D Revolve. That'll take you back. We click Preview again to open it up, and now we can change it based on what we just did. The Revolve feature is really cool. We're going to talk about it actually in the next 2 segments. But it allows me to create shapes 3-dimensionally. One other thing to notice is that the shading on this is rather, well, it looks bad. It doesn't look all that great. You can see the bands where the shadow comes in. You can change that by changing the blend steps right here to a higher number. And the reason I'm not going to do that is it takes longer for it to process it, and I don't want to consume that time. But if you're not really all that happy about all these little pieces in here because you want it smoother, increase the blend steps and you'll have that problem solved. Really cool, 3D Revolve, but we're not done with it.